from wiwibloggs.com, and I'm here with Tooji, Norway's contestant for Eurovision 2012.
Wiwi and Tooji. Sounds good.
Thanks for having us, Tooji.
Thank you for being here.
Your hospitality is overwhelming.
Yes, I am so hospitable, you know.
Now, we read that you were born in Iran.
Yeah.
How did your family end up in Norway?
My family was refugees from Iran, political refugees. And so I was born in Iran, Shiraz, and then I came to Norway when I was born.
And do you remember any of Iran?
I had 2 trips to Iran, 2 vacations, when I was 9 and when I was 14. So it's been 10 years since last time.
And last year, Norwegian voters chose Stella Mwangi, a Kenyan immigrant, for Eurovision, and this year they choose you. What does that say about Norwegians?
That we are a multicultural society. And, you know, it's people of many different colors, and people think that it's very, like, politically correct to choose, like, somebody with a different ethnic background. But I think people in Norway don't think like that. They just want somebody good to represent them.
And going into the contest, how did you think you would do?
I'm going to win. Well, if I don't believe in myself, why should you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, when we look at you...
this guy.
Oh, and I love Tooji. Now, I can tell by looking at you that you're quite fit, and we know that you were a model previously. How did you end up modeling?
Well, model. I wasn't a model. Like, you know, it was part-time jobs. Everybody been doing part-time modeling, so I wouldn't brag that on me.
Ah, okay. But did this experience help you when you went to MTV?
Well, I knew how to work it in front of a camera though, but you know, MTV was just like any other part-time job while I was studying. So it was like airport and then to school and my exams and everything. But it went well.
And for those of us who don't have Norwegian TV, what types of programs were you working on?
I had something called Superstar Saturdays. I was really presenting like no-brain shows like my Super Sweet 16. But then I had my own top 10, like Tooji's top 10.
Top 10 songs of the week, or?
My own favorites.
Oh, fantastic. And
it's really fantastic.
What kind of music was Tooji into?
I had like everything. You know, I think music, no matter what it is, if it's country, if it's rock, if it's, you know, bubblegum pop, it still has something beautiful to it. So just open your ears and listen to it.
Great. And we also read that Melody Grand Prix was your first live singing performance.
That was my second time ever on a stage singing. So people think maybe I was a little bit crazy doing it, but you know, it was good results.
Were you nervous?
I was really nervous, but then when I was going on stage, I remember everything just turned quiet and I didn't focus or talk to anybody. I just wanted to be for myself. And it's not something that I was focused on doing. It was natural for me to just step back and center myself.
And the dancing, does that come naturally to you?
I'm not a dancer, but yes, I think dancing is fun. They made the dance and the choreography based on how I move. So I had to, awkward enough, dance in front of the whole crew with some music, and then they studied my dancing, and then it was okay, it's very soft movements, and that's where that came from.
Amazing. Now, the song itself, Stay, do you relate to any of the emotions or sentiments of the song?
Well, the song is made for Eurovision, and it's a Eurovision song. Stay, it's about devotion, if it's to love, if it's to somebody, to music, just devoting yourself, because the worst thing I know is when people are listening to music or just at a concert or watching something, if they're watching Eurovision, just sitting there and not getting anything. I want to give them something. I want to give them experience so they can get up and dance or just be happy.
And do you think that your visuals here in Baku with the LED screens will help with that?
Yeah, they're awesome.
Could you tell us about them if people haven't seen?
Well, they're just grand. They're really big, and the whole stage is really modern, and but it wasn't that frightening actually. I thought it was going to be, when I came into the hall, it's going to be like this really big frightening thing, but you feel really, it's not that big. You feel really at home there.
And you know, back in England, a lot of times people say, oh, Eurovision, my goodness, why would you watch, why would you do this? But in other parts of Europe, like Scandinavia, people love it, it's quite exciting.
Yeah, it's been, it was something a little bit like, some years ago it wasn't that big, but now it's like bigger than Idol and X Factor and all that stuff.
And do you think it's helped your career in Norway?
Definitely. If I'm going to go out there, then I have to do it with a big bang, right?
Absolutely, big bang. Now, outside of Eurovision, I know that, and outside of music, I know that you're active with a lot of charities or groups that work with children.
Not charities, but I do work in the children's welfare system. So I have a bachelor from, what do you call it, like in English, children's pedagogic?
Pedagogy.
Pedagogy, okay. So I had a bachelor in that, and I've been working in the children's welfare system for over a year now.
Great. And what motivates you to do that?
I think I need to do something that gives me a feeling of helping somebody, because it boosts my self-esteem, it boosts who I am and what I do, and also it bursts the bubble of, for example, when I'm doing Eurovision, people get very caught up in the whole, this bubble in this world, and they forget that it's bigger things and more important things out there. So it keeps me on the ground, and it bursts my bubble off.
And working with asylum seekers and people who are new to Norway, does that relate to your own experience?
Yes, and because of my age, I'm 24, and a lot of the people that I work with, they're up to 23, 18, 19. And it's easier for them to trust me and to, speak the same language.
And has there been any controversy in Norway surrounding Eurovision being held in Azerbaijan, given the human rights situation?
I think everywhere it's been a lot of talk about that. But weirdly enough, I haven't heard so much when I'm down here. So I think it's important to. I think people should be aware that, okay, what we're seeing right here and right now is, of course, a facade that they want to show us. Of course, every city wants to show their best side. And personally, I don't know enough about the Azerbaijani politics to say anything about it. But what I can say anything about is the people. And it's a very proud and warm people. And that's what I focus on.
And have you had time to interact with the people while you've been here?
I try to, between the interviews and the rehearsals, I try to go a little bit out behind the facade and try to meet people, go at local places, and yeah.
As a contestant, do they keep you in a certain path or route, or are you free to see?
Well, I haven't experienced that they don't want me to go to certain places. They're letting us be pretty free, actually.
And a final question, or more of a request. A lot of our readers love your song, and at the Euro Club, when it comes on, they want to do the dance to it. And we were trying to learn a simple move by watching your music video, but we're hoping you could teach us.
Okay, then you have to stand up too.
Absolutely.
And you over there too. Come on now, come on.
Hold on a sec.
So, go down like this. Ready? And then use your torso.
Okay.
Not touch your torso. Just for fun. Okay, and then use your torso and swing it around like that.
Oh,
yeah, like
that feels good.
Yeah. You're getting gassed. Come on. So you go 2 times around. So go 1, 2, and then you take your arm and then in a circle movement up.
That's the most complicated part.
Yeah, but
this is easier.
It's like you go in a circle movement up.
Okay.
So just like circle up and circle down.
Circle down.
And what are the lyrics at this point?
What is it then? I want you to stay. Do do do. Na 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 na. And then they say stay.
Oh, that's
Okay. Let's stick with the 101.
Okay. But when you hear that part, you just go down and you go woo, around, and then you do the circle movement and then.
And then the push.
And then push to the side and the booty shake.
So we give you the trophy. 12 points from England. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.